significance of a name. For those of you that, some of you may know me as Angela. However, my spiritual name is Abigail, and I am honored to be the host for the virtual book signing. And once again, I want to say welcome. Now, I'm going to just share with you all just quickly how proud I am of my husband, Yeremyah, and his spiritual journey. We have been a couple for over 20 years, and I have been blessed to see him just transition as a person spiritually. If you know Yeremyah, being around him and his spirit will always bring you in great spirits. He can just that peaceful demeanor. And I just think it's awesome and incredible that he wrote this book just on, well, he'll go into details on that, but basically this book is to share on how you too can have peace. So the virtual book signing is scheduled for just an hour today. And within that hour, before we start, we're going to go into a quick commercial break. When we come back from the commercial break, I have the honor of bringing on Minister Samuel Boaz Israel, who will introduce Yeremyah. After that introduction, of course, Yeremyah is going to come on and give us a brief intro on the book and what it's about. And then we'll end today with him, of course, doing some virtual book signings live. So without further ado, we're going to go to our first break.
Neo Jazz School of Music is an educational institute whose primary purpose is to rescue our children through music and the arts. Music and arts programs are scientifically proven to expand the intellectual capacity of the student in areas such as math and science. In addition, students of music and the arts make for well-rounded, productive members of society, no matter what career path they choose. Neo Jazz School of Music currently provides education and training to community youth in the greater New Orleans area.
Get it up! Yay! Oh my gosh, we accomplished life.
We are back. I want to welcome you again to the virtual book signing for Yeremyah as we are celebrating his new book, The Spiritual Significance of a Name. Again, I am your host, Abigail, and I have the absolute pleasure to introduce minister and public speaker, friend, more like family, Minister Samuel Boaz Israel.
Thank you so much. And it is truly an honor and a pleasure to be here today on this book signing, this kind of phenomenal event. Just really excited to be here. So thank you.
Yes, sir. Now, Brother Samuel, you have been a mentor. Of course, you've been a friend. You have partnered in several community events with Brother Yeremyah on several initiatives, all for the greater good of society. So with that being said, welcome. It's an honor to have you with us today to celebrate this event. Now, you were given the opportunity to write the foreword for Yeremyah in his book, which I would say was very well written. And of course, you've known us for quite some time. Give us, in your opinion, what you've experienced in watching Yeremyah just transition throughout the year spiritually.
Okay. Yes. Well, again, as friends, we go back a long ways, and it's a pleasure to have someone that you can call a friend and to watch them on a spiritual growth and to see like I know, and not to go too much into the book, but part of his name is to be like appointed. And when you realize and begin to like live your name, you realize like he has an appointment, he has a mission, and he actually lives the mission. So you get to see the manifestation of the name in action. And I've like witnessed this over years to see the spiritual growth. So he was always at a certain level, but then when you see the growth just expound, and I've been able to witness that, and just it's been wonderful being a part of it.
It has, I can agree. I can agree. Okay, so in your opinion, what was your main takeaway from his book?
Wow, it's like part of studying your name is to actually manifest it. And what I saw within the book is he took his journey that he embraced his name. He actually embraced his name. He's living his name, making it like a living manifestation. But then within the book, he gives you pointers on how to actually manifest your name. Like part of his name is to rise, and you can actually see him rising within the book. I've seen him rising within his life. So the main part of the book is, how do I take a name and then make that name become a part of myself and then go beyond? It's it's about being a divine being, taking that name and then translating that and becoming a divine being, even though you're a living person, but becoming a divine being through your name.
Mm-hmm. Very well said. I'm gonna just say something else with just his transitioning of his name. Because Yeremyah and myself, we began dating in 2001. And in 2001, when I met him, he's a 6'1", 200 something, looked like a football player. Gold teeth in his mouth, and his name was Tyrone. And that was my boyfriend and who I married. And through his spiritual journey, which of course Yahweh was always present. He met Yahweh in the tomb and in the nation. But through that journey and just connecting, when we had the pleasure of meeting you all and connecting with the nation and just watching him elevate. I still remember when he came and decided one day, friends, family, he didn't care. No more Tyrone. We were to call him Yeremyah. And he was serious. And at first, we were still so young. I was in my 20s. It's like, wait, but Tyrone is my husband. So what do you mean? But it was a part of his journey of becoming who he had to be. And I am in love with Brother Yeremyah. Just watching that change, because Yeremyah and Tyrone are certainly not the same person. And so, Abigail
That's the
is so
divine being.
proud.
See, that
So
divine
proud.
being came into your relationship and
Absolutely.
made that person more of a person.
It certainly did. So this peaceful person, this blessed person, this prosperous person is truly Yeremyah. And with that being said, we're going to take another quick break so that we can bring on the man of the hour. Brother Samuel's going to come back and give that formal introduction and let the celebration of the book signing begin. So we will be back. We're going to take another commercial break.
trying to figure this out. Yahweh ben Yahweh's.
Greetings and shalom, everyone. For those of you that may not know me, my name is Yeremyah Yisrael, and I believe that spirituality is the key to the connection to the Most High. That's why I speak about spirituality all the time. But today, I am so happy because I finally get to talk about my new book, The Spiritual Significance of a Name. Now, this book has been in the making for quite a while, and it was supposed to come out last year, but we had some minor setbacks, and some things happened. But since that time, I've been united with a group of amazing individuals that have helped me elevate this book to the next level. And I'm so happy to be in the position that I am today to be able to speak about it. Now, until the release date, which is March the 20th, I'll be sharing with you some snippets of the book, some little information here and there. So continue to follow me wherever you follow me from, on my YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube, follow me on my Instagram, follow me on Twitter, make sure you follow me on my Facebook page. So continue to stay connected, because I want to tell you a little bit about myself, so that you get the gist of what this book is about. I want you to understand the power that's in a name. And for many of you, you may have a gist of what that means, but I want this information to be known to the world. So please do continue to follow me, and I guarantee you will enjoy this book. Like I said before, I will be sharing with you some snippets in hopes that you enjoy that.
Welcome back to the virtual book signing of The Spiritual Significance of a Name, written by none other than our brother Yeremyah Israel. If you have not done so already, please purchase that book. And you can do that by visiting his personal Facebook page. This is going to be his author page, which is Yeremyah Israel. That's Yeremyah, Yisrael, Yisrael, on Facebook, and simply click that link to purchase the book, which is on sale today. Of course, I have here our brother, Minister Samuel Boaz Israel, who is going to introduce and bring Yeremyah on.
Okay, thank you, Abigail. It is truly my pleasure and honor to introduce to you today my brother, protege, affiliate, and I would like to first, before I bring him on, just to give you a little background. Yeremyah came from a very humble background in the beginning, and he's a very humble person, and you may not, if you don't know him, you may not be aware, but he's become very successful, and I would attribute it all to the way that he truly embraced and lived his name. He has, I would like to point out, first of all, a very successful marriage, a happy marriage for over 20 years. And in this society, with the things that are going on, that is a testimony to a monument. Because they say, marriages in Black communities don't last. Well, that's not true. Today's a testimony that's not true. That is a monumental success. To be able to have a successful family. And as well as that, when it comes to social, he has a very successful social relationship, in the fact that if you don't know, he's one that is very helpful, very giving. He gives himself to not only family members, and friends very unselfishly. And that's because he takes the principles within his name and he lives those principles. When it comes to finances and economics, he's very successful. He has numerous businesses, and he normally won't talk his businesses like that. He will promote them, but he's very successful because he took the principles within his name, manifest that in his business, and then it flourishes. And that's all based on what I've seen him, because he takes his name seriously and then interjects it into his life and then let it manifest. And then to bring that full circle, after manifesting and living his name, he's now wrote a book on his name. And we're very excited to be this is our first virtual book signing, and to be able to publish a very professional book. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to you Brother Yeremyah Yisrael. If you don't mind, please all stand up and we will welcome him in.
Well, thank you. My goodness, I was sitting over there and I was wondering who y'all was talking about. Like, this brother here is amazing. But no, I'm very excited, about this day. Writing something like this here is a huge, task by itself. Many people want to write books and they talk about it, and then there's a challenge to that. I went through challenges. But I tell you, is anybody is looking to write a book, stay focused. You always gonna come up with new information. And as long as you have an outline to write your book, stay on that course. The new information can always be added to the next book, but stay on that course. I did a lot of research. Before I go into that, let me thank Queen Abigail, and Minister Samuel for, just being here to support me. And then I want to thank my production team led by Dr. Lou, and I also want to thank my back office technician and program manager, Queen Tamar. I'd like to thank Temple Brothers and Sisters of Goodwill, Bow Foundation, and Nation of UA-Wale. And I want to thank everyone that's tuned in, just to see this event. I want to thank each and every one of you that purchased the book as well. I'm just so thankful and so humbled by this whole opportunity, this whole process. So I just want to let that be known, so you know the sincerity and how humble I am in regards to that. So thank you. I can never thank you enough. But, this is something that, I don't care how small your book is, how big your book is, this is a huge accomplishment. And I'm just so grateful at this time, so grateful.
Okay. Wonderful. So what we are going to do now is I wanted to have you just read a small snippet, just share with the audience a little bit about the book. And after you do that, we are going to take a commercial break again to allow those who have not purchased a book to go onto your Facebook page. Yes, I'm plugging that again. That was author Yeremyah Israel. If you need help spelling that, YeremyahYisrael on Facebook, and click that purchase link. And then to end the event, of course, giving some more shout outs to those that purchase as we watch you sign your books.
Definitely. And also, when you go into that page, because I have a personal page, but that author page is hyphen and it'll have like SCOTT. So it's Yeremyah Israel hyphen SCOTT. And you'll go right to the, I think it says shop, and you can click on that and it should take you right there. If you have any issues, you can always, you can always email us. I'm pretty sure you got the email address, NOY Publishing, NOY Publishing. I'll make sure our back office get that information to each and every one. I can't call it out right now.
Okay.
But I'm gonna read just a little bit in the book. This is the part of the program where the author get to read just a little bit of the book, so you get a little information. Oh, all right, so this is a little bit of chapter 2, why Yeremyah chose the name Adam. And it says, Yeremyah, in my book, you're gonna see the Hebrew letters. And I'm saying Yeremyah, in English it's YHWH. That's the tetragrammaton, and it's pronounced, when we pronounce the name of God or the Creator, is Yahweh. So when you see this, it's just the Hebrew pronunciation. I mean, it's the Hebrew tetragrammaton, and that's what it actually is saying. So that's how I'm gonna read it. So it says,
and I'll cut you off and say, by the book, you explain
all of that in the
name.
book. Yes, I explain all that in the book. And just keep in mind, this is not a religious book. It's not about trying to, it's about sharing information. It's a self-help book. And I tell you, if you're spiritual, this is something that you really want to put in your arsenal. Like, make sure that you have it, because it's really going to raise your consciousness. All right, so Yeremyah named the man Adam, because he sought to make him head and captain over all things. The Hebrew spelling of the name Adam is Aleph Dalet Mem Sophi, from the book, The Wisdom in the Hebrew Alphabet. The Aleph, which is the first letter in Adam's name, symbolizes the one and only, the eternal, the omnipotent God. This confirms that Yeremyah made Adam in his likeness. Aleph also means to teach or inculcate. As a student instructed by Yeremyah, Adam was to inculcate the message or lessons of Yeremyah and teach them unto all living beings. Moreover, the name Adam portrays leadership. In the ancient Hebrew lexicon of the Holy Scriptures, on page 20, Al, which is Al, which is the root word to the modern word Aleph, is depicted as an ox head, representing strength and power. In addition, it represents a chief or other leader. Therefore, Yeremyah intended for Adam to be just like him, having self-control with the ability to resist evil and unrighteous ideologies and accept the life of Yeremyah had given to him. The name Adam was and still is a significant part of our character today, but there are other names that derive from Adam, which connects us to the Creator himself.
That was well written. I know you were trying to save time by reading that fast, and you did a great job on that.
Yeah, I kind of went the rest of it.
That's okay. We could receive it still. That was very deep. I love how you just wrote this book on a very just deep level, yet you still accomplished this in a way that readers could really understand and follow that journey.
Yes, ma'am.
So with that being said, we're gonna take a commercial break. Please visit the Facebook page for author Yeremyah Yisrael-Scott, that is. And without further ado, we'll come back and start signing. Oh, no, we got some questions we want to ask you first.
Okay.
No, we're gonna ask some questions and then we'll get on to that. Okay.
Awesome.
Go online and get your copy. They are available today.
That's right.
They are available today.
And now for our commercial break.
At Scott & Associates accounting firm, you can get your taxes done in or outside of the office by an experienced tax professional. To schedule your appointment, give us a call today at 321-754-1360. The number again is 321-754-1360. Or schedule your appointment online at www.countonscott.com.
All right, we're back. we are back. You know, this has been a great virtual book signing. Brother, I think once again we are on to something.
Yeah, I think it's something that really is going to, this is going to set the precedent for something bigger even later. So yeah, I'm very excited, very happy about it.
I am as well. I'm holding this book, and it's actually the spiritual significance of a name. Define your purpose. I left that out during the last plug-ins, but that is deep. The spiritual significance of a name. Define your purpose. Okay, brother. So, question for you. What inspired you to write this book?
Well, many things that inspired me to write it, but I just think it was the time, you know, after doing my research and over so many years, just, you know, living, trying to come into who I was called to be and living my name and, you know, my purpose. I felt, you know, it was time to put something out, some information out that I haven't seen really out there now. I came across information pertaining to a name. You know, my dear colleague and minister, Brother Kazan, put out a book, you know, How to Study Your Name, which is a fascinating book by itself. But just from information such as that, I just found it was a need to put this book out at this time, you know, because of what was going on. I have so many people, you know, that live their lives, but not according to the purpose, the true purpose they should be living their life. You know, some people are coming to, you know, money and finances, and they think that's how your life should be. But you know, when you read the scriptures say, you know, what profits a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? So if we're not spiritually connected to the Most High, how are we going to live an eternal life if we don't begin to walk in that path? So that was one of the main reasons why I wrote the book, but it's a lot of other reasons as well. If you see in the book, one of my dedications was to my children. You know, as they're having my grandchildren, like, you can't be naming them all these crazy names now. Listen, I'm gonna write this book, and I want you to get this book. Well, not really. Yeah, you ain't listening. You're gonna write this book, and then you can get this book. And I want you to get this book, yeah.
I love it. So speaking of children, you know, can a child or should I say a young adult learn from this book as well?
Oh, definitely. I think every child needs to get this book. You know, the book is very, I think it's comprehensive to a child. You know, I think they can really pick up on. I think we take a lot from our children. Another thing, one of my mentors and you know, my ministers always tell me, you know, we underestimate our children and how intelligent they are. And, you know, we have to be able to feed them this type of information. It only builds them, you know, for this time and later on in life. So definitely, I say get this book for a child, you know, and even, I mean, a lot of us are children.
Yes, you are.
Hey, I'm still at that stage, you know, I'm climbing Jacob's ladder, but I ain't reached the pinnacle of it yet.
Now, since we talked about that, you know, in a few months, there are going to be a lot of people or young people graduating and maybe going off to college. This would make a wonderful graduation gift.
Yes.
Because, you know, this is them defining their purpose in life, or even a person that just graduated from college and they're starting their career path and may want a spiritual guidance in defining their purpose in life and knowing the spiritual significance of a name and how that can carry you and allow you to prosper because you'll connect with the Most High. Yes, I'm plugging in the sale of this book. Go to his Facebook page, Yeremyah Yisrael-Scott, and hit the buy. You can always buy more than one. It's on sale for $14.99.
$19.99.
Oh, $19.99. Sorry. It's better to spend with our brother anyway, so spend the extra amount. Now, in the
And
book,
it's an easy read.
yes, it is.
As informative as it is, it's an easy read, and even for younger children, it'll help boost their vocabulary.
Oh,
Wow.
absolutely. I was able to read this book within a day. And I absolutely love a book that I can read within a day. Not only was I able to read it within a day, I was able to do that just easily, naturally, because with each chapter, you continue to just captivate my attention, which allowed me to want to continue to read.
Well, I'm so happy to hear that, and that's the whole, that's what I'm trying to really accomplish here. I wanted to write something that wasn't so, sometimes we'll see books about this thick and it like it almost say like, you know what, I'll get to that one day. But when you see something like this here, and the title of the book, it should interest anybody that's thinking about, what's my purpose in life. And it's multicultural. Anybody can get this book. It ain't just, a black person book or a white person book. It's a book for any person, anybody, because the information in there is truly worth everybody having, and make, like I say, this has to be a part of your offspring. You got to have this book.
What I liked about the book as well is that this truly, sometimes a person might say that their book is spiritual. However, it can feel very religious.
Yeah.
This is a spiritual book. Literally, a person of any belief can receive this book. That's how well written it is.
Yes.
Another great thing about the book that I liked is this book is not a one-hit wonder. And what I mean by that is there are books out there that, once you've read it once, you've read it, and you're just not really inclined to read it again, even with, good intentions. This is a book that you want to actually read again, because that's just how deep it is. You want to study the book. So that's how engaged I was. That's how well written this book truly was. So again, here's that plug in. You ready? To purchase this phenomenal book that we've been talking about, you can go to Yeremyah's Facebook page. This is his author page. This is like now your third page. You see how phenomenal this book? He's gonna have like 10 Facebook pages by the end. With just tied into every business. But go to the Facebook page, Yeremyah, Yeremyah, Yisrael, Yisrael-Scott, to purchase your book today. Now, this is my last question for you. In the book, you talk about a spiritual investment. What does it take to make a spiritual investment? What do you mean by that?
Well, when that's, let me, when you make an investment in life, right, you just don't go out and put your money into anything, right?
I hope not.
You you do your research. It has to be a purpose to the investment that, you put your money into. And I think when it comes to spiritual, becoming to who you are spiritually, I think the investment has to be in spiritual things that can grow your spirituality in order for you to connect to the Most High. Many of us have the Bible. Many of us read the Bible. I heard people say, I read the whole Bible. But, in the scriptures, in Proverbs 4:7, it say, wisdom is a principal thing. The Bible is wisdom. But it said also, with all that get understanding. And I think that's the lack that a lot of people have, the understanding of the wisdom that they're reading and trying to take in. It takes an understanding to truly get to that point in life that you can truly say that you're on that journey of connecting to the Most High. We can say we're seeking Him, but that's a process too. And that's something that we have to study as well. And as we invest more into spiritual things, the Bible being one, and also references to the Bible, the Interpreter's Bible Dictionary, the Synonym Finder, other biblical references as well. These are investments that you have, and then the main investment is you sitting down and actually studying. Using 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High. A workman that needs not to be ashamed, but rightly dividing the word of truth. And that's a part of investing in yourself. Not just letting somebody tell you something, but investing in yourself. And as you take on your name, as you read in my book, I talk about some ways that you can come into your name. And as you begin to take on this name, then it gives you a purpose and a path in life that you can always go back to at any time you get off course. So that investment takes a lot, but if you truly care about your salvation and your spirituality and who you are, as far as knowing your purpose, I think you'll make that investment. I have.
And I tell you what, this is probably the best $14.99. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can skip down.
She trying to do a super sale.
It is a super sale. No, you gotta pay shipping. It's the best $19.99 investment a person can make. And on that level, you sure you didn't want to make this book more? Because it's a whole lot of knowledge.
The information, we'll initially start off with $24.99 for the book. We did bring it down to $19.99 because we was having this event. And even for some of those that purchased the book at that price of $24.99, we will be looking to refund some of those that purchased that book at that price.
Oh, to get today's special.
Yes.
Because the book is $24.99.
Yes, and I really do, and I don't know if we have to go to a break, but I do want to acknowledge those that purchased that book. So,
okay, and that's how we're going to close. But we do have one more question before the break. And speaking of name, I just want you to tell us briefly about, what's the significance of your name? And how has that allowed you to define your purpose?
I think one of the biggest significance when it comes to my name is leadership. When it talks about in my name to rise or to be raised up, I think I have risen from a point of dealing with the mundane things, and I'm more on a spiritual plane now. And I can still deal with people on any level. But you never take me off my course now. But I think that's the main difference. But it did lead me into even some of the accomplishments that I have today. And like I think my dear colleague and minister had mentioned in regards to just my business side of things. Yes, I promote my businesses, but you're gonna find me promoting more things about what I'm doing in the community. You're gonna find me promote more things about those things that to me means more than anything. It means more than money. So those are the things you're gonna really see me promote and get behind.
And that is within your name to do.
Yes, it is.
Okay, brother. Well, we are going to go to a break, which will allow you time to get your debit card to spend that $19.99 on the book. And we will recognize those of you who have supported him and purchased the book and do some signings. How about that? Let's get to the book signing part, okay? We're going to a commercial break again. Don't be bashful. Go ahead and buy the book, or 2, or 3. Or 4.
Are you ready to define your purpose in 2021? Well, we have just the book for you. The Spiritual Significance of a Name is a book that allows you to define your purpose. Define your purpose is the key to understand and key to happiness and understanding of who you are. And The Spiritual Significance of a Name by the author Yeremyah Yisrael is a book that will put you on a path to reach happiness and connect to your purpose. This book is written to show the reader why choosing a spiritual name is important. Also, to help one understand that a spiritual name builds character, strength, and power to seek one's true identity. In essence, this book is intended to raise one's consciousness of what it means to choose a name with purpose. We invite you to order your book today. The author will be personalizing all books during our book signing event that you are currently engaged in. You can purchase this book now at spiritualname.eventbrite.com. That's spiritualname.eventbrite.com, as well as the author's personal Facebook page. That's Yeremyah Yisrael-Scott. That's Yeremyah Yisrael, Yisrael-Scott. Click on the store link and you can purchase the book there. That's at the shop link and you can purchase the book there. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please email the publisher at info@noypublishing.com. That's info@noypublishing.com.
And we are back. It is time to recognize and start signing these books so we can get them shipped and delivered. We have quite a few purchases, so we will try to recognize everybody. Is the best I can say. Would you like to give some recognition? Because I see somebody we can give a huge shout out to. Huge.
I do want to recognize everyone that's on here. Like I say, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your support. So I want to, wow, I don't know where to start there.
You want to get your pen ready?
Well,
let's witness your first sign. Or do you want to say?
No, I'm humbled right now. I'm humbled. You know, I have a lot of clients that I'm so close to that, they are very supportive, and they, wow.
They got you speechless. Well, I'm kind of peeking my head over, so maybe I'll help get you started because I see that IKEA East.
And my family,
I see a lot of family members on here that purchased, but IKEA East. Sister, we thank you. She purchased 4 books, if I'm seeing that right. Now, we were teasing Thompson about 1 or 2 or 3, and then we went to the commercial break. He said, or 4. And well, they were at 4, so we gonna have to give her a call after this, tell her who we want to make all 4 books.
Listen, like I said, I'm so humble. Like, it's so much that I can say. Like, I almost just want to just hug and grab and just kiss each and every one of you. And to that point, that's my cousin. And me and her, like we go way back. We grew up together. That's one of my loves of my life. I know we haven't touched base in a while, but you know, I really love my cousin. She's very supportive.
Let me see. Oh, okay, then we see
Let's
some
see
folks. Oh, goodness, they're coming. You guys are coming. Okay, I think I saw some put that said Jeff Jolly, who's a friend.
Yes, he's a
Cat
friend.
Rue,
Oh my goodness.
Jason Banks,
Oh.
Shayla Wright,
Oh.
Angelina Watson.
Oh, you calling out some names. You calling out some names. Some good
Catherine
people.
Spencer.
Oh, goodness.
We have a purchase from Lonnie Inman.
Oh, my brother.
Juanisha Dorleen.
Oh, my niece. That's
Lisa
my
Promise.
That's one of my clients. I love her.
Cassandra Anthony.
Oh, Kim folks.
Asia G. Jenner.
Oh, that's my dear sister.
Shifra Israel. That came quick.
That's my sister. That's my sister.
Reginald Rolla, Gabrielle Israel, Ramona Harvey.
Oh.
I'm trying to keep up
Oh,
with the
goodness.
names.
Listen.
We doing a lot of signing.
Felicia Shingles, Yeremyah-Scott.
Oh, that's my baby. And
Cordelia Anthony.
oh, thank
Henri
you so much.
Cameron, Dale Presley,
Oh, thank you, my brother.
Phyllis Green. Okay, I'm trying to get to the rest of the folks. I'm sorry, I'm trying to come out. Okay.
And I think some more probably had just came in.
Yes,
We
they
may not be
did.
able to
I'm
mention
trying
each and
to
every one
get
of
to
them.
those, yeah, on that list, and we have a few minutes. Is there anything you want to say while I try to, see, this is what happens when you have an iPhone and Android.
Yeah, I want to say, you know, my like in the book you see I dedicated it to my children, and my one of my daughters on that Takira, and one of my other daughters who's behind the scenes right now, and she's doing a lot of the tech work as well on this end. We have, you know, we have the main end, and then we have this end here. My daughter Tiara, which is one of the loves of my life, and you know, she. And the thing about it, I always tell them, if you buy, you know what, if you purchase anything, you have a better appreciation for it. And they always knew this, because she came to me and said, "How do I purchase the book?" She didn't say, "Dad, give me a book." How do I purchase the book? Because she knows it's about support. You know, she knows that the book, you know, is something that we're doing, and she want to be supportive of it. You know, so I really appreciate that. I want to thank my two daughters that I see that's on here, and the one that's here.
And I just have a few names: Jochebed, Israel,
Shalom, praise,
Dinah, Edward.
Also, praise Yahweh. I'm so humble. It's just not enough that I can say about the appreciation I have for each and every one of you.
Okay, perfect. And I believe those were the lists of people that I could find. I don't believe I left anyone out. If I did, I apologize. We love and appreciate you.
Make sure, right here, my brother Wendell. That's my daughter's husband. Can I say that? Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, and so to wrap up that virtual book signing, because we are here at the end, why don't you take it away, brother? Tell these folks how they can purchase this book on sale for $19.99 today.
I think on the last commercial, you did get some information on that, and I think as we go to the next commercial to end everything, I will let our back office kind of give that information, because I don't want to give wrong information.
Okay.
On my page, though, it is set up on my page. However, if you're having issues there, and I'm not sure if anyone having any issues there, but if you are having issues there, please do follow the information that was provided to you in the last commercial break. And as we end this thing that we get ready to end, that may come right back up. And listen, all all these books will be signed. I just couldn't sign them right now, but I will have your names on there and the appreciation I have for you. And again, thank you. I'm so humble. Thank you.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
We did it. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your support, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Anything you want to say?
Not only is it well written, it's a beautiful book.
It is.
That book. Get your copy.
It really is.
All right, purchase your book, Spiritual Significance of a Name. Define your purpose.
That concludes our virtual book signing event. You can purchase this book, which is now available at spiritualname.eventbrite.com. That's spiritualname.eventbrite.com. You can also purchase this book, which is available on the author's page at Yeremyah Yisrael-Scott. That's Yeremyah, Yeremyah, Yisrael, Yisrael-Scott. Click on the shop link and you'll be able to purchase the book there. We invite you to feed yourself spiritually. You have to, in order to feed yourself spiritually, you have to first let a spiritual renewing take place in your mind. Purchase The Spiritual Significance of a Name today. If you have any questions for the publisher, email us at info@noypublishing.com.